Good morning, North Carolina. I'm doing a severe weather update across the state. To walk you through the severe weather threat, there's been a lot of concern. People are really freaking out. It's currently Monday, March 31st at 9:10 a.m. So if you're watching this on a different day or something, this is not applicable to you. Again, we do have a severe weather risk today. The Storm Prediction Center is issued a level 3 out of 5 risk for central North Carolina and a level 2 out of 5 risk for the rest of the state, with a level 1 in the far southwestern part of the mountains. Again, please don't get tied up in all these risk outlooks. The bottom line is we'll have some showers and thunderstorms moving across the state. A couple could be strong to severe. The main threat is damaging winds. We have a lot of upper level winds, so any storms that do develop could bring down some damaging winds. We do have an isolated tornado threat mainly across this area, the central part of the state, though level 3, but the tornado threat is rather low. I will call it rather low. I don't think this is the leading hazard, but we might have an embedded tornado, spin up tornado, something like that as we go through this afternoon and evening. So you want to just make sure you stay aware of that. This morning we have a pretty substantial cloud coverage across the state. This is good. If we had widespread sunshine this morning, we'd be looking at probably even more severe storms. But you can see on our satellite and radar, our satellite composite, you can see there's been some clearing ongoing and there's some breaks in the clouds. The breaks in the clouds will allow the temperatures to warm into the 60s and 70s today to near 80 across the south. If you look at these bubbling clouds here, this is where a storm moved across the mountains. But right now we do have some breaks, especially down on the coast and parts of eastern North Carolina. Central North Carolina, it's pretty socked in right now. There's been some rain, but we do think once these clouds and low cloud coverage clear a little bit, we'll have some breaks in the sun. We'll have some sunshine, but we're not going to have widespread sunshine. That's why I don't think we're going to have a widespread severe weather outbreak. But we will have some severe weather. So as we look at the satellite and radar, you can see the clouds this morning. Again, there's been a lot of concern about this, but again, a level 3 out of 5 risk is for central North Carolina, level 2 for everyone else. I think the greatest chance of severe weather is going to be probably from Hickory and points east to about just west of Greenville, North Carolina, as this is where the prime area and timeline for the storms will likely be. Damaging winds is the main threat. Isolated tornado, a very small risk of maybe some large hail. Nothing like last week or a few weeks ago. A lot of people have been concerned about that. I do not see that, or any of the models do not support that. But we might have a chance of some large hail. So our future radar is just coming into play right now. It's just been getting updated. But if we take a look, here's the future radar. This is about 9 a.m. We can cross check it with the real radar, and this is something that helps us figure out how well is our future radar coming together. So this is 9 a.m. Let's cross check it. It has the storms this morning, so that's doing well. It has a few showers off the coast. Some rain is moving through parts of Transylvania County, Polk and Henderson counties right now, Buncombe County, and up into the higher mountains. This is much needed rain. We're cheering on the rain today, and not the severe weather. This will probably fizzle, and then our next round of storms will likely develop. As you can see, it's starting to weaken a little bit. It should fizzle out as it pushes east, and then as the eastern part of the state is in a capped position, which means the updrafts are blocked. So again, we see it fizzle out, and then this is our model forecast. This is at 12 o'clock. We start to see storms starting to refire across the mountains. Again, a couple of these storms can be strong to severe with damaging winds. And then as the storms push, you can see it starts to strengthen across central North Carolina and the Piedmont. So foothills, 3 o'clock. This is 3 o'clock, 3 to 4, moving across the central foothills into the Charlotte and Greensboro, Winston-Salem area. Don't think this literally at 4 o'clock it's going to be storming. But again, 3 to 5 p.m. is probably a good bet for Greensboro, Triad, Charlotte area. As we push east, you can see it becomes more broken line of showers and thunderstorms. Any of these storms could be strong to severe, with damaging winds and heavy rain, and isolated tornado threat remains possible. This is the evening commute time, 5 to 7 p.m., moving across Charlotte, moving into the Triangle by that time. Raleigh area, as you can see, by the evening commute, early evening, and then the storms start to weaken as they push across eastern North Carolina. That's about 8 p.m., as you can see. Storms moving across, 8 p.m., storms are weakening as they move across eastern North Carolina. So again, we'll have some strong to severe storms across the state, and then they'll be weakening as they push to east of Raleigh. So if you're across eastern North Carolina, I think it's more just a heavy rain, gusty wind event with an isolated severe storm. After about 10 o'clock, the severe weather threat pretty much just dissipates, and that's because of the loss of heating of the day. So we do have some high upper level winds this morning that would support strong to severe storms, but again, I don't think it's going to be widespread severe weather. It just doesn't support that. Today, I think a couple strong to severe storms with this line as it pushes east. Again, we've been through this many times before. Damaging winds is going to be the main threat with this. But an isolated, one of those quick spin up tornadoes, limited time, you get a warning, and a brief tornado could touch down. But the models don't support widespread tornadoes, and even the model data, very limited tornado parameters. Again, but there still is a potential. I can't rule out an isolated tornado, but I don't think it's going to be widespread. You should be okay. And then again, as we move across eastern North Carolina this afternoon after 10 p.m., it's just more of a heavy rain, gusty wind threat. Again, they still are under a level 2 for eastern and coastal North Carolina. That's just to cover an isolated severe storm through about 10 p.m. Damaging winds would be the main threat. Can't completely rule out a tornado, but it's very low. Again, the tornado threat today is already pretty low for everyone, but an isolated tornado is still possible. We have cloud coverage today. That's helping. Root for more clouds, less sun. If you see more sun, you probably have a better chance of severe weather. Again, tornado safety tips. If you go on a tornado warning, stay away from windows. Go to a basement interior room, lowest floor. Get in a sturdy piece of furniture, bathtub. Cover yourself. Abandoned cars and mobile homes. You need to move to a gas station or sturdy structure. Again, forecast. This is severe weather planning. We have forecast, but not everyone will see severe weather. Not everyone's going to see damaging winds. Don't complain if you don't. A watch means conditions are favorable for severe weather. Again, think of like a cupcake. You have the ingredients for severe weather, so you have the ingredients for the cupcake to make the cupcakes. Stay tuned for updates. Be ready to take action. Warnings imminent. Seeing thinks the cupcake has been made. Right? It's baked. The oven's going off. Again, more sunshine today supports more storms. Hopefully, we'll have less storms through the day today. But again, here's a look. You can see latest future radar. Shows a few strong to severe storms, isolated tornado threat. Again, let's time it again real quick. Again, 12 o'clock, storms moving into the southwestern part of the mountains. This is 3 o'clock, storms are moving into the foothills, central part of the Piedmont areas. Greensboro Triad area around evening commute, 4 to 5. 6 o'clock, early evening commute. Triangle, late evening commute, dinner hours, 7 and beyond. After that, storms start to weaken across 10 and 11 o'clock with just gusty winds and some heavy rain. Isolated severe storm. Everything is pretty much done and out of here by midnight. So we're not going to be up all night watching this. Again, more sunshine, better chance of storms. We'll be watching as the day goes through. I have a whole full write-up if you need the written part, but I also made a video. After today, we do quick rundown of after today. We turn much colder tomorrow. So this is for Tuesday, highs in the 60s and low 70s. Wednesday, it's mostly sunny with highs in the 70s. Thursday and Friday are very warm, highs in the 80s. Some areas will reach 90 degrees across the state on Friday, 90 degrees for April. And then Saturday and Sunday, quieter with a couple showers possible and cooler next week. Everyone have a good rest of the week. Stay safe today, and I'll keep you posted.